between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Richmond. Tiger.
Now a first down throw, Watson. It's brought in by Harris. He won't go down. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 64 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Twisting away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Franklin. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw on third down. Franklin. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Out to the right here to Wilson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards on the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. Maybe a free play for Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And shutting him off. Now open field. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Room here to run. Finding room at the 30.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On first down, Franklin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, Franklin. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Whitney Merciless in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Off play action. Franklin. And the pressure gets to him again. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Now they'll run it on the taunts. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tiger.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They find some open field here. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. Watson on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Richmond. Tiger. Come back.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Come back. Tiger.
Here's Watson. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Richmond.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for two. Now Watson, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by two more. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Franklin. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got Moncrief. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He gets it complete to Harris. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Throwing on first down. Franklin. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut!
On 1st and 10, Franklin. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Franklin eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On first down, Franklin. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
To throw again, Franklin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Again, it's Fournette. And he's got some space here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Throwing on first down. Franklin. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Flex round! Flex round!
On third down, Franklin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is brought in at the 21. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Richmond!
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Richmond!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now a play fake here on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on third down, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Texans add on. Now the point after try for Santos. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will extend this big lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off-play action. Franklin. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, You're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Being chased out left. And he's got room. And avoids the contact by sliding. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. The Texans on third down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Tiger.
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ohio. Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Franklin. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding it.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Justin Houston in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Franklin. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Correa in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Franklin. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Correa getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the Jaguars send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Blue 80. Blue 80.
Here's Watson to throw on third down. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st down, Franklin. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Ohio!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franklin. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them.
There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing on 1st down. Franklin under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Franklin. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. The Jaguars on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Franklin. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Richmond. Richmond. Two jet.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Keeps himself upright. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. Nifty move. And now running right through him. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Texans, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers.